have several holiday parties coming up. What is the best way to handle these so I don't draw attention to what's not on my plate? So my first tip is to prepare yourself. Don't go to the party starving. Because most of the time when we go to holiday parties, we're not 100% sure what's going to be there. Now, if it's a potluck where you're bringing a dish, bring something keto. Like one of your favorite things. Maybe that's a meat and cheese board. Maybe that's one of the recipes on my channel. I've got like candied nuts, the eggnog. There's all kinds of different ideas, sugar cookies that you can make keto and bring. So if you have control, do that. Otherwise, eat before you go so that you don't have to worry about what's there.
Yeah. Also, another thing that's great is this diet is now kind of reached the point where there's a very good chance that you work with somebody who's going to be going to that same party who eats the same way that you do. That happened to me 4 years ago. Oh, no, not 4 years. 3 years ago, right? And so I brought my keto chili to this potluck so that I would have something to eat. Well, he brought a bunch of bars. And so he was very new to the diet, and I was like, what are you doing, dude? Like, oh, he's, well, I'm eating keto. I was like, well, you can do it. Like, I'm glad that you, like, yes, you're sticking to it. Like, you brought food to this thing yourself, but you could do it a better way. And so I was like, you should try my chili. And so we tried my chili, and we had a conversation about being on keto and doing this potluck together. So if you have hear a whisper about somebody's doing the diet, team up. And bring something that you both can share and, kind of push the boundaries a little bit and maybe make it the normal. So the third tip would be, if you don't want to have a conversation about how you're eating and you don't want to explain keto to people, just go in with confidence. And if people are like, well, why don't you have any dessert? Just be like, oh, I'm not really feeling it today. Like, I had something the other day and my stomach got upset. You can just kind of, people are like, oh, okay. Or maybe I'm really just not feeling good today. I'm just feeling off. So I'm just going to avoid that. So just glossing over it in a non-diet specific way can be really a powerful way to push through it without having to go down the rabbit hole because sometimes people get really curious about the diet. I'm sure many of you have been there, and they're asking you 20 questions, and sometimes we just want to go to a party or an event, and we don't want to talk about what is or isn't on our plate. Yeah. So I'm to the point with my peer group and my coworkers where they all know what I do or don't eat, and there's no longer any questions. It's become kind of boring to talk about that
after your third
keto
holiday
again, yeah. Right? If they're seriously interested in doing the diet, they'll come and talk to me, sidebar. We'll have a discussion about it some other time. But I don't get those questions anymore. Like, oh, what are you eating?
Yeah,
like,
so it's really just having these strategies in the beginning. And these strategies we're telling you are things that we've used over the past 3 holidays as we've gone through, just attending different social events. So hopefully that's helpful.